Welcome into Sportsnite. We are making our long-awaited return just in time for the Super Bowl. He's Jack Roberts. I'm Connor Beckler. We're sporting some Super Bowl-themed jerseys here. What do you got? A little Eli Manning?
Yeah, good old Eli.
So it's an NFC rivalry. I'm wearing Darren Sproles. Maybe two Hall of Famers here. Eli's got his 2 Super Bowls. Sproles, well-traveled player, veteran. He was injured during the Super Bowl last year, but certainly a great talent.
Absolutely.
The segment today is prop bets. So we've got some very special Super Bowl prop bets. It's a Sportsnite favorite segment that we're going to bring back today. And as usual, we like to start with the anthem time. And Gladys Knight is going to be singing. She's the Empress of Soul. And so, Jack, how long do you think her anthem's going to be? The over-under is set at 1 minute and 50 seconds.
I'm going to go over. I got to be honest, no disrespect to Gladys Knight, but when I first heard she was going to be the one doing it, it reminded me of when I, before the season, looked at a lot of the Patriot starters on defense, and I was like, who the heck is this? I really just had no idea. But she seems like a great singer. I'll go over just because of past history and everything. So I'm going to go over with Gladys.
I think that's a good pick because the last, 5 or 6 singers have all been over 1 minute 50. Lady Gaga, Pink, Luke Bryant, Idina Menzel were some of the past anthem singers. I'm actually going to take the under here, and the reason I'm going to do that is because there's some record of Gladys's her anthem times in the past, and it's been a little bit quicker than 1 minute 50. I think that's why that over-under is kind of low, even given this past history. So I'm going to go under 1 minute 50, and we'll have to see what happens on that one. All right, the next bet, we have first player to score. This one is really a toss-up, too. You don't know how the game's going to get played out, so you kind of have to make a guess on how it's going to begin. I think the Patriots are going to take the ball, and I think they're going to have the Rams a little bit unsteady in the beginning because Brady's been there so many times. I think he's going to drive them down the field, and then we're going to get around that goal line situation, and it's going to be, will they throw to Edelman or Gronk in the end zone? I think those guys are going to be covered up. Patriots are going to have to draw up a creative play, and they're going to find Rex Burkhead either on a screen pass or maybe a short run up the middle to burst in the end zone and get that first score for the Patriots, and he's my guy.
Yeah, like you said, it could go so many different ways. I mean, the Patriots obviously got a ton of guys they could go to. Same with the Rams. Mine's not the most attractive pick, but I'm going to go with Steven Gostkowski. I just see the Patriots driving down the field, but maybe with Aaron Donald and Sue there in the middle, they kind of clog the lanes a bit and jam the receivers, so the Patriots will drive, but then leave it off to Gostkowski to finish it off on the first drive.
Game-opening field goal, that's not a bad move either. All right, moving into another fun pick that's kind of unique as long as the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. It's Tom Brady's wife, Gisele Bündchen. How many times is she going to get shown by the CBS TV crew? The over-under is set at 1.5 times, and I want to know what you think about this one.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going to go over. I could see at least like 4 to 5 possibly, especially if the Patriots are driving. It's really intense. The game's getting really heated up, and Tom's driving. So I'm going to go over. Obviously, she's very well known, gets paid more than her husband. And no disrespect to her, but she kind of reminds me of like Trevor Lawrence, the Clemson quarterback, just in terms of physical appearance. So what? I just think she'll definitely get a lot of attention, and I'm going to go over.
Trevor Lawrence, all right. I'm going to go over with that one as well. I think it's going to be close at the end of the game. People are going to want to know, how the stars are taking this in, and she's going to be right in her box with Robert Kraft maybe next to her, and we're going to get to see how they're reacting as Tommy takes them down the field. So over 1.5, I think, is a good bet there. All right, brings us into our fourth one. We've reached halftime, and this year we have Maroon 5 breaking out the band for a nice performance, and we want to know what's their first song going to be. I think a favorite right now is One More Night, but you also have Animals and their new song, Girls Like You, right?
Yeah, a lot of options.
What do you think's the first song going to be?
Well, I haven't really listened to Maroon 5 consistently for like 10 years, so I'm really behind. I think maybe they'll do a throwback like This Love. I don't know, something back to like the early 2000s, just when the Patriots were getting started. So maybe they'll surprise us and do an old one like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the favorite here. I think One More Night's the song that they're going to pick. I don't know. I guess that's what the odds makers chose, and I think that's just the safe bet to go with. But it would be fun if they brought back some old one, like She Will Be Loved.
I'd like to see it, yeah.
Daylight. Those are the real classic Maroon 5s. Adam Levine. So
good times.
Yeah, we'll see what they have up their sleeve. Next one is the total score. So when everything is said and done, is it going to be over 56 points, under 56 points? That's about 28 each team, 4 touchdowns each team. Where do you lean on this one?
I'm going to go under. I just think the Patriots, I think they will win in the end, but for some reason I just don't see it as high scoring of a game. Take, for instance, when they played the Giants back in 2007. They had the best offense of all time. They only managed 14 points in that game. I mean, granted, that defense was very different back then than the one they were going up against, but these games always don't go as predicted. I think it's going to be under. I think it'll probably be close in the end, but 56, I think it'll probably be around there in total points, but I think I'll go under.
I think you couldn't be more right saying that these games are always unpredicted. That's like the constant. You never know what you're going to get. I don't think anyone knew last year that it would be a shootout between Tom Brady and Nick Foles. I think this year the safe bet is to bet under 56 just because of the defensive players in this game. You mentioned already in Ndamukong Suh. Aaron Donald is an absolute beast. Even the Patriots secondary, they got Devin McCourty, who said today that he's going to retire if the Patriots win this one. So he's going to be motivated to get that ring, go out on a high note. So I think under 56 is the way to go with this one. But we'll have to see how the game's played. And then this takes us to our last one, MVP. He's going to get up there on the podium. Jim Nance is going to have a couple questions. And there's always that prop bet of who's going to be the first person mentioned by the MVP. So I'll start right now. I think that if it's Tom Brady, which Patriots win, oftentimes Tom's been up on that podium, I think he'll probably name Robert Kraft as the first person. His buddy, the owner, they have a great storied relationship. I think that he's the one that's going to come to mind first when Tom's up there. I think that if it's the other way around and the Rams get up, then Jared Goff might go with Sean McVay, his head coach, the young prophecy or whatever, prophet, who has inspired other teams to hire young coaches. And then if it's if it's not a quarterback, you got to throw God's name in the ring, right? Because all these players are very religious and like to throw thank the Lord for their performances. So that's where I sit on this question.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what you think.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, again, it could just be like anyone. So I think, though, if it is Brady, I wouldn't be surprised if he mentions his mom. I know she was sick recently, and he always seems to give like a shout out to her after games. So I wouldn't be surprised Brady if he goes with his mother or his father as well. I know he's close with him as well. If it's the Rams, again, it could be totally like anyone, Sean McVay or, the team, but also the fan bases too. I mean, I think obviously New England, they have a big following all throughout the country. Patriots Nation, I'm sure Tom or whoever it would be for New England would give a shout out to them. As well as the Rams. I mean, I don't know how big their fan base is in LA. I'm sure it's developing, but I could see that too. But I think in the end, probably would be Brady, probably mentioning his family.
All right, that's about all the time we have. Do you have a Gatorade color prediction for me? With the winning coach, what color are we going to have?
I'd like to see red with New England.
Red?
I think they'd go with red.
That'd be cool. I don't know that they're going to stain Bill Belichick red on his 6th Super Bowl because I don't think that'll make Bill very happy. Maybe it would just be clear like water or some kind
like
of...
white like their jersey, if they have that.
White Gatorade, maybe. But... yeah, we'll see. Maybe no Gatorade at all. That's the real kicker.
Absolutely.
But thank you for joining us. Another special edition of Prop Bets. Get ready for the Super Bowl this Sunday, and thank you. Have a great sports night.